homeowners, not just those in Auckland. Now, most of the affected homes are new or at least under 10 years of age, which means if mediation fails, owners can probably still sue for damages. That, though, is a luxury Diane Price of Stoke can only dream of. Diane's house isn't leaking, it's collapsing, sinking slowly into the ground. It seems the professionals made a serious mistake about the building site. There is no legal redress because Diane waited too long to get to court. This from John Selwood.
Diane Price's home is cracking up, literally, and under the pressure, so is she.
It goes right round. The stress just builds and builds. To get to the stage where you just don't cope any longer.
The cracks are getting larger day by day, both inside and out.
As I say, the foundation is dropping away, rotating to that far corner.
No one feels safe.
You can be asleep sometimes and hear different pings and twangs in the walls as stuff goes.
There's nothing holding this up, really. And then when I shut the door, you can put your fingers on. See, can you see my fingers?
The Building Act makes it clear there's a 10-year time limit for homeowners wanting to sue. No ifs, no buts, no exceptions.
The 10-year legislation is just ridiculous. I wonder how those people who set the legislation would cope if they were in this situation. The house should last more than 10 years.
Our life's a struggle. Nothing goes right. There's no such thing as a happy home that's safe. It's always the constant, you know. Is today going to be the day that it falls down?
So how long would you expect a new house to last? A house that used to be valued at over $200,000.
Well, this one is just 20 years old. When Diane and the family bought it, they thought they were buying their dream home. Of course, it's turned out to be a nightmare. What they didn't know when they purchased the house is that it appears to have been built on an old landfill site.
A bit of digging uncovered this.
It's obvious, and we'd been told this, that it was an old tip site, and we proved this by what we found. There were bits of wire rope and oil cans and you name it.
Diane's house is sinking and cracking up as it slumps.
I believe it'll continue to move till such time as it collapses.
The window specialist told me about 5 years ago that this could actually explode with the pressure.
Diane says she first noticed serious cracking back in 1992. That was 9 years after the house was built, leaving her just 1 year to take legal action.
It's getting worse, and actually now, as well as going sideways, see how it's pushing out?
Unfortunately, at the time, Diane was going through a messy divorce and custody battle. She failed to realise the clock was ticking.
They don't belong anymore.
If you look at the professionals involved in this, isn't there anyone who is responsible?
Under the law, no.
So the builder, the engineer, the council, no one is responsible?
Because the claim was put in too late. Before she ever came to us, she was out of time.
Despite that, legal action was taken challenging the 10-year limitation period. It failed. With the builder dead, the engineer and the council rejecting any liability, Diane is left with a near-worthless property, contents that can't be insured, and she's still paying off 2 mortgages.
Originally, what was the value of the house?
In 1989, it was insured for $225,000.
And what's its value now?
At the moment, it's worth nothing. The house is worth nothing. And to me, the land, well, they tell me the land's not worth anything either because that loses its value in the demolishing of the house.
There's plenty of sympathy for Diane's position. Everyone feels sorry. But sympathy won't keep the house standing.
Well, shouldn't you have known that was an unacceptable place to build a house?
In terms of the suitability of building sites, they're very dependent on professional people doing their job properly, as in fact are people who build houses.
So you rely on the engineer to get it right, He relied on the builder to get it right. No one got it right, so no one's responsible.
No, I don't agree with that at all. In fact, I think that the engineer is hiding behind the period of limitation.
Well, the engineer who certified the foundations isn't talking. And of course, the courts have already ruled he has no case to answer because of the time limitation.
I would hate to see anyone else in this situation, and I just hope when people see this that they'll realise if they've got a crack anywhere in their house or anything else, they get onto it straight away before that 10-year Limitations Act ticks in, because you haven't got a leg to stand on.
Unbelievable. Well, coming up, the toilet row that is causing a stink in the far north.
They could perhaps do with one in the town centre itself.
Okay, the problem is that they want us to put a paraplegic toilet in an area where we feel that it's not required.
Right, does everybody know what they're doing?
I realise you're busy, but...
She's arrested.
Patient intubated.
Will you give yourself a break? We'll do our best to make sure you get seen to as quickly as possible.
She's got a lovely pair.
What a truly self-regarding individual you are.
Which side are you on?
Nice to see you all getting on so well.
It's England's ER.
Please, put the gun down.
I said leave him!
And me, tomorrow on 1.